Hi, welcome to Party Food Hero. I'm Aaron. Today we're gonna be making a delicious dessert. We're gonna be making pumpkin pie cheesecake bars with a nice brulee on top. It's fantastic, super easy to make. It is one of, if you like pumpkin, just pumpkin pie or pumpkin spice in general, and you like cheesecake, you absolutely have to make this because it is so delicious. We look forward every year to make this during the fall. There's really no reason we can't make it year round, but it's kind of our special fall dessert. So there you go, pumpkin pie cheesecake bars with a brulee on top. Let's go check it out. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take our graham crackers, put them in a food processor, and turn them into graham cracker dust. So just layer those in there. Pulse it until it becomes a nice fine powder, because we're gonna make a delicious crust out of this. Now that you have your graham cracker dust, we're gonna add in some delicious melted butter, and we are going to pulse that until it is all combined. To make sure that everything's incorporated correctly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this for a few seconds, and then I'm going to take a rubber spatula and just make sure that all of the dust from the graham crackers is removed from the side, like this. There you go. And then this just ensures that everything is well incorporated and your crust will be uniform and delicious. So once you have this, let's grab our 8-inch by 8-inch pan. And then we're gonna add some foil to it. Make sure it goes up both edges of the pan, because you don't want your cheesecake batter leaking underneath underneath the foil. That is what we say, a no bueno. So there you go. Just make sure it's all like that. And then we're going to put in the crust and give that a little quick bakerooski. So you're gonna add all this crust in, like I said, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna just kind of pat it down and get it as level as you can. That way you don't just have like some giant crust piece, I guess. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but just as level as you can until it looks like this. And now that you have it all level, let's get this into the oven and bake it off for about 8 minutes. Now, after you take it out of the oven, you're gonna take some of your, well, all of your chocolate chips, and you're just gonna kind of evenly disperse them on top of the baked crust. And then we're gonna put this back into the oven for about 3 minutes so that the chocolate can soften, and then you can just smooth it all out. It's very satisfying, and it looks like this. So you're gonna take that rubber spatula and just, it's all melted, all that, it looks like magic. This is just magical. And you just, again, just like the crust, you want to get this as even as you can, so you don't have just part of the bar is just a massive piece of chocolate. So just even it out as much as you can, and then set this to the side, and we are going to start making our delicious pumpkin pie cheesecake filling. You're going to add in your room temperature cream cheese, and if you forget or forgot to make sure to take it out to become room temperature, you can kind of throw it in the microwave for a few seconds until it's nice and soft. You're going to take your hand mixer, or you can do this in your food processor or your KitchenAid. I just like doing it with the hand mixer because it's easy. And you're going to mix this until it's smooth, and then we're going to add in some of the delicious spices. But first, we're going to add in a bunch of sugar, because that's what makes this delicious. So you're gonna add your sugar in, and then you're gonna mix that all in together very carefully. You don't want to have the granulated sugar just fly all over the place. So very carefully do that for another probably about 30 seconds to a minute, and then maybe we'll start putting in the spices. Oh, tricked again. We throw in the eggs next, mix those all in together. Some say you have to do that one at a time. I say save time by not doing it one at a time. Throw them all in there and carefully mix it all in together. Now, are we going to add in the spices? Maybe. Let's find out. together. We'll find out if that's what we're going to put in next. It is not. It is the flour that we're putting in. Man, this is a suspenseful recipe. Put that flour in carefully again. Mix that all in together so the flour doesn't fly all over the place. And then maybe next we're going to put the spices in. Who knows? Nobody knows. Okay, salt. Okay, salt is considered a spice, right? So, all right, we got salt. And then we're going to put in some vanilla extract. Use the real vanilla extract, not imitation. It does make a difference. And let's see, what are we putting in? Oh, all that mixture. We got the cinnamon. We got the ground ginger. We have the ground clove and something else that's in there that has slipped my mind right now. But good news, there is an ingredient list. So make sure you look at that. Don't miss anything. But that is what is going to make it just so delightfully delicious. Those are the fall flavors right there. Yeah, we're going to add in some pumpkin puree, but those right there, those are the fall flavors that just make this pumpkin pie cheesecake bar brulee so delicious. And yeah, did I almost forget to put in the pumpkin pie puree? Yes, I did, but then I remembered. So let's get to that part. All right, see, didn't forget. Get that all in there, and once you have that in there and mix it all nice and smooth, another probably 30 seconds of mixing it, then we're going to put this into our pre-made crust with that delicious chocolate on top. So mix all in together, and then we are going to pour it into the pan. Carefully pour in that cheesecake mixture, making sure that it doesn't slip underneath that foil and get underneath the foil. So just be careful. And then once you get all that in there, just kind of level it out. And then we are going to put this into the oven for about 50 minutes or until slightly jiggly. It's going to look like it's not all the way cooked, but it is. But slightly jiggly, not super watery. So between around 50 minutes, maybe an hour, just depending on your oven, but just give it a good checking and jiggling at the probably 45-minute mark. And this is what you're looking for when I say jiggles a little bit. Just see, it's just kind of right in the middle, just does a little jiggle, a little tap, tap-a-roo. You can see that jiggle, and that is exactly what you're looking for. So not liquidy in the middle, but a nice little jiggle, because it's that time of the year and everyone gets a little jiggly in the middle, right? All right, and now that we've done that, did the jiggle test, you're gonna put it on a cooling rack, let that cool for about 2 hours. And then once it's cooled down completely, we're gonna throw it in the refrigerator, honestly, probably overnight, but at least for another couple of hours until it's completely cooled. And once it has completely cooled, you can then remove it from the tin foil, like so. Just be super careful not to pick it up and just take a giant bite out of it, because it's gonna be tempting, because it smells great, it looks great, and guess what? It is great. So then we're gonna cut these into bars. Oh look, see, there's a little extra piece. You can reward yourself with a little piece that was stuck to the aluminum foil. That's fine. Cut these into bars. I didn't cut these completely all into bars. I did just one for the picture. And then you're gonna brulee the top, which is super easy. And I will show you how we brulee this. Look at that, just cutting into it. This is just so good. So you're gonna add a little bit of sugar on top of this, because that's what it needs, more sugar. And then you're gonna take your little kitchen torch. If you don't have one of those, you can also do this in the oven by broiling it. It's a little more difficult and you gotta really keep an eye on it. But if you happen to have one of these torches, which you get on Amazon, they're not very expensive, it's like 10 bucks or something. It's really easy and fun to do. So then you just take your torch and get it to a nice golden amber color. And then you have this really cool kind of crispy exterior that just gets some more. It's just great. So they're fun to have one of these little torches. So just get one. They're awesome. I'll put a link in the description of the one that I have, and go from there. I actually use it not all the time, but it has come in very, very handy. So there you go. Now for the close-ups. All right, now for my favorite part of the video, I get to eat the food. And in this case, it's one of my favorite desserts of all time. Pumpkin pie cheesecake is just so good. It's definitely taken to another level with the brulee on top and then that layer of chocolate. It's just delicious. I don't even want to talk about it. I just want to eat it. So let's do it. The chocolate can get a little hard, so you want to let it sit out for just a little bit. There we go. It's good. I have a recipe that's just the pumpkin pie cheesecake that I made last year, posted it last year. Absolutely delicious. This is very similar to that, but you got that kind of crispy brulee on top, and then also you have that chocolate in there. So the first thing you get is you get the kind of little crunch of that brulee. You get the delicious pumpkin pie cheesecake, which is absolutely amazing. I can't get enough of it. It's so good. And then the very end, you get that just smooth chocolate, and it just complements every flavor, every layer of flavor just complements the next. Yeah, it's so good. It is really good. Make it. You're gonna love it. You know, we got Thanksgiving coming up. Make it for that. Make it for any other reason. Make it for 4th of July. I don't care. Make it for any time. There's really no time of the year this isn't delicious, so make it whenever you want. Don't forget, hit like if that button still exists. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. We're putting out videos every single week, so go check all those other ones out. Follow us on Instagram at PartyFoodHero. Go to partyfoodhero.com for all the other recipes. The great thing about it is it isn't a treasure hunt to try and find the recipe. When you find a interesting looking recipe and you click on it, boom, the recipe's right there. You don't have to scroll through trying to find it because recipe websites are the worst, except for partyfoodhero.com. Great website. Super easy. So there you go. Don't forget, be Party Food Hero. I am definitely going to finish this because it is so good. Oh my God. So good.
Be the Party Food Hero.